Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How
Hi.
are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. My name is Jeremy. What's your name?
My name is Hamza. By the way,
Oh,
I want to say something. Your place is so light, and that's but that's good. I
okay.
think.
It's a little bright.
Yeah, but
Is it too bright?
no, no, no, no. That's okay.
Okay.
I like
All
your
right.
place. That's why I wanted to say to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks. It's kind of plain. It's just white,
Yeah.
but no distractions.
Yeah, there's a good
No.
atmosphere behind you. You're
Oh,
behind.
okay. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I have some natural light coming from the window. Over here, it's daytime. It's about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock
P
a.m., right?
PM.
P.m.
PM. Yeah, 6 p.m. Where
Here.
are you from?
I'm from Turkey and 2 a.m. in here.
Oh, okay. And what time is it in Turkey?
2 a.m. in Turkey, right?
Oh, 2 a.m. Wow, in the
It's
early
too
morning.
late. Yeah,
Yeah,
too early, baby. I can say for me, it's too late to go to
right,
bed.
too late. I know, usually at 2 o'clock I'm thinking it's late because I'm still going to sleep.
But I am used to go to bed in these hours because I'm a nurse and I have to go to hospital and I work with shifts, right? And
Okay,
I usually work nights. That's why that's okay for me. There's no problem for
okay.
me.
Yeah, well then Cambly is perfect for you because there's always some tutors, probably 24 hours a day on Cambly.
Unfortunately, because like you said, I have no certain time in days, and
Hmm.
Cambly is a good method for me to find available tutor.
Yeah, yeah. And I think some of the advantages you can try different tutors and hear different accents, like from Australia,
Mhm.
from England. Yes, that would be interesting. I know I've met many students on Cambly.
Uh, you have any student in Turkey?
Yes,
Are you have a student in Cambly?
I have one student, well, that's a regular student from Turkey, but right now he's living in near Toronto, Canada.
Wow.
And that's the same time zone I'm on. Um, we're just 1 hour a difference. But since he's in
Yeah.
Toronto, him and his wife, well, we just had a class actually, a
Wow.
30-minute class. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, it is. People move around. The students tell me a lot of tutors, they
Mhm.
might come from the United States, but they might be living in Thailand. Right now, I'm living in Mexico, by Mexico City.
You're so lucky because I haven't found any chance to go to another country from Turkey.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes,
I
yes.
married I married a Mexican woman. I met her
Wow.
in Mexico, and that's why we're living in Mexico. Yeah.
How could you say? I don't know. Actually, my engine is burning right now, and I worked yesterday for 16 hours, and I feel a bit sick today, and that's why. Normally, I can say about my English level, I can English um, a little fluent,
Hmm.
and that's. But now I feel a little tired, but that's okay. We can talk.
Okay, good. Well, what hours do you usually work? You mentioned you work at night. Is it all night?
It depends. Sometimes I work, um, how could say, night and or sometimes I work nights or um, they're very basic words.
Maybe
I
mornings, evenings,
mhm.
afternoons?
Mornings, right?
Mornings. Okay. Yeah.
In day, right?
Right, in the day.
in the day. For example, when I work in the day, my work starts 8 a.m. And 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, about approximately 8 hours. When I work nights, I work 16 hours. Sometimes I might be work 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you get paid like extra for working more than 8 hours?
No, actually, like this, I have to work. Uh, I have to complete a certain hours in a month, right? And for
Hmm.
example, this month I have to work 176 hours that I have to work. And
Hmm.
if I complete, if I work over 176 hours, I gain extra money. For example, when I work 200 hours, I get more. I get more, or how could say this?
Overtime?
Yeah, overtime.
Okay. Yeah, overtime is the word that I'm used to. Overtime. And so sometimes overtime is
Yeah,
counted as time
extra.
and a half.
And actually, I didn't calculate it. I didn't. I tried to minus, for example, 200 minus 176.
Oh,
Like I said, my brain is my engine is burning.
yeah.
And 24. I would be worked 24 hours extra overtime, right? And
Hmm.
every hour I get 14 liras, and that's why um, 24 uh, and 24 and multiply, or maybe um, say this. Yeah, multiply. I think it's correct.
Multiplied?
Multiply.
Like
Yeah.
multiplied, yeah.
Let's say I work 24 hours extra, and I get money 14 liras for an hour, and
Hmm.
my extra money, my salary, I get extra 24 multiplied 14 years.
Okay.
It was clear? Maybe.
Maybe. Sometimes I get lost with numbers. But yes, I
It's normal.
understood a little bit.
It's
So you
normal.
get
Yeah, please go
okay, yes, but more or less, I got the idea that you get paid for your work.
on.
So that's
Actually,
important.
I should have said, I should have told you only I get extra work, extra
Okay,
money.
extra money for working extra hours.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's important. You need to be compensated for the extra time you put in.
Yeah, actually, it's true, but it's normal because when I try to other people who live in Turkey, and they they even they even forced to understand what I pay, what I get, how many get liras for overwork, from overwork.
Okay. Well, have you noticed at your hospital, has it been more busy with COVID-19?
Actually, we had my hospital was less busy than now.
Mm-hmm.
After the virus, the hospital getting less busy, right?
Oh,
So quiet because there are there are a little patient come to hospital because of the virus. They are afraid of contagious to virus, right?
yeah, I've heard of that, that more people are not going to the doctor because they don't want to get the virus.
Exactly true.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's interesting. Because, well, I guess the hospital is a business,
Mhm.
so they probably they want to make money, but at the same time, at least there's more room for patients that are sick with the virus. So, yeah, it's interesting.
100%. And I've spoken with another tutor who come from United States, and he told me there are many nurses laid off because of the virus. And I said, why? Uh, because there are so many private hospital in US, and
Hmm.
they don't uh, hospitals don't make a money because there's no patient in there, right?
Right.
And that's why they have to lay off health workers.
Oh, wow. Isn't that something? So,
Mm,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I can say about this. In Turkey, the situation is different because the there are more public hospitals in Turkey than private hospital, and I've been working for 2 years, or more than 2 years, in a public hospital, and but being a nurse is so difficult, right? Because you have to deal with many problems in the hospital every time.
Hmm. Wow. And how long have you been working at the hospital?
I've been working for over 3 years. I'm sorry, two
Oh,
years.
over 2 years?
How
And
do
what
how
do
look
you
I look
do?
like?
What's that?
How look
Oh,
how I look like?
how old do you look?
Yeah, how old I look?
Oh, okay. I would say 30. It depends because with your beard,
Yeah.
and
No, no,
mustache,
no, I
you
didn't
could be
surprise it.
25, or you could be 35. I I don't know. I'd say 30, 28.
No.
Well,
But
if
you
you've been
look
working,
like um, between 27 to 35, maybe.
okay, yeah, I guess these video cameras aren't that accurate because I'm 46.
Ah.
Yes. Okay, so
I
but
see.
if you've been working at the hospital 2 years, then I'm thinking maybe are you a doctor or a nurse?
No, I am a nurse. And
Okay,
actually,
a
I'm
nurse.
21 years old.
Oh, you're 21. Oh, I was way off. Okay.
No. Actually, many people say that you look like older than your seems, right? Or your seems, maybe it's not a good description to this situation. How could you say this? You look like older than your appearance, maybe.
Right. Yeah, you could say that, or but you look older than you seem.
You seem.
You
Mhm.
look older than you seem. Or you wait, you look older than you seem. Yeah, okay.
When I got a job, I was almost 18 years old.
Uh-huh.
I was so lucky, but I studied so hard, and I usually try to find myself, right, to do more, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wanted to learn English, and I discovered Cambly, and I learned many things from another country's people,
Mm-hmm.
many information, and uh, actually, I can say about a lot of things about Cambly.
Oh, good. So how long have you been using Cambly?
I've been, yeah, I have been using Cambly for 8 months.
Oh, 8 months.
Yeah,
Okay. And so you're enjoying it, meeting different tutors from other cultures.
exactly. Yeah.
Great.
What do you think about my English level up to now?
Up until now, it sounds easy to understand you, and you're fluent. You're able to express your thoughts without struggling,
Mm-hmm.
and your pronunciation is good. I don't have any problem understanding any words that you're saying.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
good.
only
Yeah, so
have some mistakes when I try to say any sentence. When I try to make any sentence, I have some grammar mistakes, but that's normal. I have more time, and I gave me 2 years to learn English, at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. It depends. But
okay.
learning English is so good because I am really enjoyed. I'm really enjoyed learning English. I'm really enjoying learning English.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That makes it much more interesting. It looks like I sent something. Oh, wait, you sent me something? An Ngo?
Yeah, I said to you
Okay.
at the same
I
time.
usually I'm the one sharing the links with my students. So I was like thinking, I don't remember sending that, but I like Ngo.
Yeah. Actually, I
Okay,
am a
so
good student, and I decided that I don't want to tired of tired of the teacher, and
oh
I'll help you.
oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, sometimes yeah, when I'm with a beginner, sometimes yeah, it's a little bit more work, trying
Exactly.
like if there's a teenager that's a beginner and I ask questions about family and hobbies and travel and everything is yes, no, what? I'm like, "Oh
I
no,
understand
it
very
takes a
well.
long time."
I
But
feel you.
here's one sentence that might sound a little better. I gave myself 2 years to learn English.
Hmm.
You
Thank
could
you.
you could say it that way. So there's so many ways to say the same thought. But
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Uh,
I gave myself 2 years to learn English. Right.
yeah, or you could say I've been working on English for the last 2 years, maybe seriously practicing, seriously studying English.
And I can say about me, I'll have learned English. I will have learned English after 2 years later. 2 years later.
Oh, so I will be studying English for 2 more years. Is that what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be studying English for 2 more years. So I'll put that in the chat box.
That's my goal.
Okay, well, that's a good goal. And once you get there, who knows, you might want to then travel the world in order to use it. Or who knows, well, in Saudi Arabia, there's many
Mhm.
people using Cambly. And today I found out the reason.
I heard of.
Um, there's many people studying to be engineers in Saudi Arabia. At
Mhm.
least on Cambly there are. Every time I ask the men, like, what are you studying? Or what job do you do? It's always engineering. And they tell me their school is in English. all the courses are in English. So no wonder they want to practice and get better at English
Mm-hmm.
using Cambly. Um, so now I understand, finally. One guy explained it to me about English at school. The course is in English. Um,
Actually, I have a YouTube channel, and I've shared some videos on YouTube.
mhm.
On I've shared some videos on YouTube, and I realized that I've improved so lot. Actually,
So
I need
much.
so much.
Yeah.
Actually, I need a one more subscription. That's why
Okay.
I'm joking right now. But I want you to go over. I think go over. I want you to go over my YouTube channel after the after this conversation.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can send me the link and I'll check out your YouTube channel.
Of course, I can share.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking you might be asking me if you could share this video on YouTube.
Of
You
course,
know,
of course.
because I've seen other students on Cambly, they put their
Yeah.
Cambly videos on YouTube.
Actually, I said to you, I feel you, because you told me that I have spoken with many people on Cambly, and I usually try to say them what do you do, and what's your name, and why you are learning English, this kind
Yeah.
of questions
Hmm.
that you ask them. And uh, when I when I start to learn English, I didn't anything about I didn't anything about English.
Oh, okay. Wow, so
I
you've come a
couldn't
long way. That's amazing.
exactly.
In 8 months?
It's only 8 months,
Oh, wow, then Cambly
and
really works. And you must be studying a little on your own and then using it with Cambly, but that's great.
also I was working at the hospital many hours in there.
Uh-huh. And do you use English at work too?
Um, a little I can for a while, but generally not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I can screen share that website. Let me
Mhm.
get over to it, that one on happiness. Let's
Okay.
see.
Hmm.
Ah, there it is. Happiness. Ah.
How did you share this page on screen?
Well, from the teacher side,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. I can take a picture of the screen and I'll show you the buttons I have on the side. So, okay. So in the top right of my page, of my
Mm-hmm.
browser, it says, I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's for, oh, down here? Right here, there's a button that's yellow. Let's
Huh.
see. I don't know why it's so bright. My screen,
Below of the yellow. Yeah.
yeah, it's a yellow
Yellow.
button for screen sharing. So I can share one of the tabs on my browser. Yeah, if you look at the screen, uh,
Yeah.
boy, it's all washed out. It's too bright. If I hold it
Hmm.
like that,
Yeah. I like this method. I like your method.
yeah, and then since I have
Show
a
me.
touch screen, I can zoom in
Mhm.
on the screen like that. Just like on my phone if I'm zooming in. So it's really nice having a touch screen. I can zoom in just the right amount to make the reading easier. Like the vocabulary words, I can zoom in on them.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. So this is a financial. Do you know
Financial.
financial?
Yeah, of course, because we have same word in Turkish.
Oh, perfect.
Uh, Turkish, yeah,
Okay.
related to finance.
Right, related with
Is an
finance.
adjective.
Uh-huh. And then decent. Descent.
Decent,
Wait. Okay, it's
decent or
decent.
decent?
Decent.
Decent.
Decent.
I heard of it. I heard of this word many times, but I try to understand. It's sounds complicated for me. Could you answer me?
Mm-hmm.
Could you? I didn't say this word. You understand what I am saying?
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
try and explain the word.
yeah, could
The
you
good thing is,
explain?
Ngo gives lots of examples of using the word, but
Mhm,
decent, I would agree, it means good enough.
mhm.
Um, so let's see. Um, um, it's funny. It's not you. Usually we don't use it a lot, but when somebody does something for you, or maybe somebody is sharing your food, sharing something with you as a joke, I don't know, it's kind of funny, but you could tell your friend that's decent or it's good enough. But
Hmm.
here, donating blood is a very decent thing to do. I don't like that example. Very decent. It just means
Can I say about?
it means it's appropriate. I guess appropriate.
Can I say about Cambly? Cambly is decent for me.
Yeah, yeah, that means it's good enough for learning English. Decent.
Hmm.
Well, not really. It doesn't sound like it fits, like a puzzle piece. It doesn't fit good enough.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
see. Uh, it's important to have decent meals 3 times a day. Decent meals. The room in the
Appropriate for
hotels
me.
are decent. Okay, this is the best. My favorite one. The rooms in the hotel are decent, but not special. See,
Ah,
so decent kind of means it's okay. It's not great. It's not bad, but it's decent.
now I understand
Yeah, the
this
third
word.
room, that's what my definition of decent is. When I think of
Mhm.
decent, it means it's okay. It's
Hmm. For example, um, I
uh,
have two choices to go to hospital, and I went a hospital
hmm
to my treatment, and I say about the doctor. The doctor is but adjective. I have to use an adjective form. The hospital is it was decent,
hmm
not good, not bad.
Yeah, the hospital is decent.
Yeah, the hospital is decent.
And the thing I like about using the word decent, it's it's not negative. You're
Mhm.
not putting down the hospital, but you're not giving it a compliment. So it's like politically correct, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I feel lucky to have a job that I like with a decent salary. So
Hmm.
it's like good enough. It's not it's not the best
Huh.
salary, but it's good.
Could you write for me? Because I will never forget after this example.
Okay, right. Which one? The last sentence?
Say about salary.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you see on the screen? It's the last sentence, but I can cut and paste it.
Huh. I've missed the
Yeah,
sentence.
right here. So
Okay.
I can cut and paste it in the chat box. So you'll have another copy of it. So that's
Okay.
another good one to use the word decent. Um,
I was looking to you when you are saying
oh yeah,
when you
I was just
yeah.
reading, and so that's the sentence. Here's the next word.
I remember this word from the school, and it was a meal.
Yeah.
And actually, when I go to the shopping, and I usually look product ingredients.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, on the box they will say all the ingredients like flour, sugar, salt. All the ingredients, they always have sugar and salt in everything, it seems like.
I usually away from sugars.
Yeah. You know, I was just thinking about that last word.
Mhm,
Sometimes when people ask you, how was the restaurant? Did you like the food? If it's just okay, you can say it was
mhm.
decent.
Actually, we say in Turkish, instead of is decent, işte.
Oh, işte. Okay.
You said like Turkish people.
Oh, right. Okay, so that must be the perfect translation then. It's
Yeah,
decent.
it's decent. İşte.
Yeah.
İdare
Okay.
eder.
So the last word is appreciation. Um, Recognition of the good qualities of something or someone.
Uh, it's it's relative for is it relative with appreciate,
Yeah, it's related to appreciate.
but noun form, yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of uh, with a lot of words, especially in the Cambly lessons, they have
Mhm.
vocabulary words, but they
It's
all
so
have
limited.
shun. They make the word longer. But
Mhm.
yeah, the root word is appreciate. Like, I appreciate you coming over for dinner and bringing a cake.
Of course
Or,
I am.
yeah, or I appreciate your time. Usually, you know, if you go and talk to somebody important or on the
Mhm.
telephone, like, I appreciate your time.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I said, for example, at the end of the conversation, I would say to you, I'm so appreciated to you.
right. Or, yeah, I appreciate your time. Yeah. Okay. So, would you like to read the paragraphs
I would.
first? Yeah, you could read them.
I I wonder the meaning of sustain.
Sustain. That
Yeah.
means to keep it lasting or keep it sustained. Keep
Mhm.
something going.
Huh. To keep, and that means uh,
Let's see. Keep something.
life continue.
Yeah, to continue. Now, if I just Google has a dictionary you can install on
Mhm.
Chrome, on the Chrome browser, and if you double
Huh.
click a word, it'll pronounce it for you
Mhm.
and it'll give you the definition. So if you don't have that, I can recommend it. Install the Google Chrome dictionary on your
Mhm.
browser.
Yeah, actually, how could you say attachment?
Y-
Google Dictionary attachment.
Yeah,
You are
it's like
mentioning?
an attachment, but
Mhm.
the Chrome browser has extensions, or maybe in your language it's
Extension.
more like, yeah, they call it in English, it's an extension.
Mhm.
And when you have the dictionary, the Google dictionary installed on the Google browser, it'll give you the little window. And if you click the speaker, it'll pronounce the word. So happiness,
Mhm.
the state of being happy. Oh, but we want to look sustain. There, sustain. So strengthen or support physically or mentally. To sustain. To
I think I understand a bit. Um,
um,
the dog barking.
you heard the dog. That was across the
Yeah,
street in the neighborhood over here.
you might be so lucky in your house.
I even have the window shut, so I'm amazed
Mhm.
you can hear the dog across the street when the window is shut. But yes, we have a lot of neighbors with dogs here. I have a dog and they have dogs. Sometimes they all start barking all at once.
All of us have dogs.
Yeah.
Have dogs.
Do you have dogs?
No, but I had when I was a child. I used to live in a village,
Oh, you did.
and when I moved to before when I moved to Istanbul,
Hmm.
yeah, I had more dogs. But I don't want to have a dog. I prefer have cats.
Oh, you're more of a cat person.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that when I will get married, I'll have anyone.
Yeah. Dogs can be pretty demanding. Um, I know our dogs, boy, when they want attention, they like put their nose right under your arm, and it's like they gotta have petting now. But
But
cats, well, I guess a cat can do that, but it doesn't do it all day.
caring with them is so sweet, yeah.
Yeah, cats are
So
serious, right?
yeah.
Right. When they're
Okay.
when they're kittens though, they're just so playful. It's really fun to have a kitten. I love kittens.
You
Uh,
only need you only need a rope to
right.
play them.
Yeah. Even if nothing is moving, the kitten will make it move and make it come alive, right? If there's just a pen on the ground, like something like this. Yeah, they're entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Let me start the article.
okay, I'll let you start.
Okay. Happiness. The main purpose in life is to achieve and sustain happiness. Most of our decisions are driven by the desire to be happy. We interact with people around us because they make us feel happy. We celebrate special occasions because we want to feel happy. But but what does happiness really mean? There are a lot of words that are related to happiness, such as fortune, love, and wealth. However, what does a person really need to be happy? It is possible to be happy without any money. I'm sorry. Is it possible to be without? I'm sorry. Is it possible to be happy without any money? Do people need a lot of friends to be happy? We all have a variety of definition of the word happiness. Some people say that having a good job, a nice house, a beautiful family, no financial problems, and great power would make them really happy. This ideal isn't always achievable though. Some people feel happy simply because they have a healthy family and a decent regular income. But are there really any ingredients for happiness? Some people think the key to happiness can be I think, summed up in one word: appreciation. Appreciation. If you appreciate everything you have, you will be happy. No matter the amount of money you have, as long as you appreciate it, you will be happy. It can be difficult to learn how to appreciate every little thing around us, but if you live a life of appreciation, then surely happiness will follow. Material things eventually disappear, and so will your happiness if these are what make you happy. And that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's the end of the article. Um,
Yep.
did you have any questions about what you read?
Um, I need to go over one time.
Okay.
Article.
Do you want me to go to the beginning?
Yeah, I can go over on my phone now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is one of the shorter articles. It's a little bit
Yeah.
shorter than the others. It's only 3 paragraphs.
Okay, we
And
can pass the question.
yeah, there was just one word, this word driven. Um, you pronounced it close, but driven. Can you repeat?
Driven.
Driven.
Driven.
Driven.
Driven.
Yes, driven.
Driven.
Hmm. Yeah, if there was no N on the end, it would be drive. Like I
Drive.
drive my car, but
Mhm.
this word is driven.
Driven.
Driven. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
How was others?
The other words were good. I was listening for anything I could help you with, but your pronunciation was very good. Um,
Thank you.
sure. Now, the questions. What is the main purpose of life, according to the article?
Can I say my commands or according to the article? Right?
Oh, well, should we start with
No.
according to the article, and then you can tell me what you feel is the main purpose of life?
Okay.
Let's see.
Um, like according to the beginning of the particle, could you open the could you return first article? Yeah,
Yeah, right there.
here it is.
Happiness.
Achieve and sustain happiness. The main purpose in life to achieve and sustain happiness.
Right. Yeah, that's the main purpose. It's according to the article, is to achieve
Yeah.
and sustain it. Okay, so yeah, in this instance, sustain is to keep it at that level. So get it up to that level and then keep it so it doesn't drop back down.
Exactly. Top is keep, how could you say, stay on the top of the mountain. It's so hard than top and what is the opposite of top?
Bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Then bottom of the top mountain, right? We
Right.
say
You
in
want to
Turkish
stay at the
style.
top of the mountain and not drop to the bottom of the mountain.
If you are bottom of the mountain, you are safe. But if you are top of the mountain, you are not safe. You can drop off the top of the mountain.
Okay. Yeah, and some people say life is like a roller coaster. It has its highs and lows. Have you,
Ties and laws.
yeah, have you heard that? Like a roller coaster?
I think I heard of it. But
Yeah.
if you write for me, it might be
Oh, yeah,
it might
sure.
be easy to understand it.
I'll put
I
some.
really like watching movies. Um, that's why I usually hear more idioms from movies.
Uh-huh.
But it might be so hard to remember some idioms. Sometimes, of course.
Okay, so yes, I've got the sentence.
Yeah. Up to here, I understand. I understand all your things over 95%.
Oh, great. Because idioms can be difficult, but well, one thing is there's so many idioms. It's amazing, and they're not always easy to know.
I'm
Um,
sorry for my yawning.
oh, no problem.
Yawning.
I've done that too. Every time when I feel a yawn in my class, I go like this. Oh, I or itch my nose, and I'm doing a big yawn. I try and yawn with my mouth closed, but it's just because the students are welcome to yawn as much as they want.
I cannot close off my mouth because my mouth is so bigger
Oh,
when
okay.
when I yawn,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot close up my mouth
Oh, yeah.
usually.
Well, so what do you think is the main purpose of life, in your opinion?
Hmm. I can say this. I'll explain to you.
Okay.
Thinks that there was a man 100 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and when he was born, right? He wanted to raise he wanted to raise up, and when he was when he start to school, he said, when I finish the school, I'll be happy. I would be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And when he finished the school, he said, when when I get a job, I'll be happy. And he, after he got a job, he feel he still feel unhappy. And when again he said, okay, when I'll get married, I'll be happy. And when he got married, he feel unhappy. He still feel unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have a child and children, I'll be happy. He said again, and he had more child, 3 maybe, and he feel unhappy. And and he said again, when I retired, I'll be happy. And when he retired, he feel unhappy.
Mm.
And again, when after he touch on 70 years old, maybe it depends on the people, and he started going to church or mosque, right?
Mm-hmm.
When when people ask when people ask him why you are going to the church or mosque, because when I will die, I'll be happy, because he still feel unhappy.
Oh, wow.
And if you want to be happy, now we have to be happy. That's why the main purpose of life being happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like to, in the article, it says if we appreciate things,
Hmm.
then, well, I know in my case, when I appreciate things, it makes me feel happy
Yeah,
because
me
there's
too.
many things that are good, like all those things you mentioned when I finish school, when I
Mhm.
get married, when I have a kid. Well, if we just are thankful for what we have, um, then for me, that makes me happy, just being aware of it and not taking it for granted. Have you heard the
Exactly.
phrase taking it for granted?
Actually, I heard of it 3 times. This word from a YouTube channel,
Okay.
a Turkish channel, but uh, I I didn't understand
Okay.
this.
So
When I
taking,
was watching, I watched, but I didn't understand. Take for
uh,
granted.
yeah, it's almost like a word because I sometimes idioms, I forget that um, they're idioms, but taking it for granted, I put it in the chat box. That means
Mhm.
you don't appreciate something. Like maybe for example, air.
Mhm. Air.
Most of us
Mhm.
we're taking air for granted. We breathe it every day, but we don't think about it or maybe
Mhm.
appreciate it. We just take it for granted. If I leave the house, there's going to
Mhm.
be sufficient air. um, so I take it for granted that there's air in my room, in the
Ah,
kitchen. Take it for granted.
it's
Uh,
like guarantee. I said guarantee. Maybe wrong.
guarantee,
Okay,
yeah.
I understand. I understand.
Or like my heart keeps
Warranty.
beating and I don't think about it. My heart just keeps beating. So I take it for granted. I forget
Mhm. I'm
that
so
it's
pleased.
working so
Pleased.
hard.
I'm pleased because my heart is working, and I don't I don't anything to work my heart, but I'm taking it for granted. I
Yeah.
understand very well right now.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I know for people that pray, I think that's a
Mhm.
great time for people to appreciate everything they have in life, because they can express
Mhm.
it in words and
Mhm.
and be thankful for everything they have in life.
Yeah.
And
Thank.
I think that's just like the article says. That's the key to happiness. If let's see, appreciation. There's the word.
Appreciation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people think the key to happiness can be summed up in one word, appreciation. What do you think about that? If you appreciate what you have
Mhm.
and don't take it for granted, then you will be happier because you'll find out you're rich. You
Mhm.
have you have children, you have a wife, or if you're single, you have health, you have
Mhm.
a job, you have parents and brothers and sisters and cousins, and
Exactly.
yeah, and you have a future. Like you can change your dog. You can, you have some freedom to work in a hospital or work in a different field if you get tired of it.
Yeah. Actually, I thought about this issue with a friend of mine today. It was the same. Likewise. Anyway.
Oh, good.
Um. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So what about your friend? You were talking about that with your friend?
Yeah. I told a friend of mine. Actually, she was a doctor. She is a doctor
Yeah,
in
she
the
is a doctor.
hospital, and she told me you can change your life. It's up to you. If you want to stay a nurse in the hospital, you stay a nurse in the hospital. But if you want to get another job, you get. Yeah, you should.
Hmm.
And that's why I remembered that it was the same conversation almost.
Oh, wow. And it was today also?
Yeah,
Okay.
today,
Okay. Wow.
the beginning of the day, actually.
Uh-huh. The beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. For you, it's been a very long day, right? Because it's after midnight. Um,
Yeah.
so let's see. Should we go consider these questions? What words are used to describe happiness?
You taught me, you gave me the answer.
Okay, yeah.
Happiness. Not I'm sorry. How I would never. I'm so sorry because I have to know. You told me three times.
Okay.
Um, happiness. Where is it? Mm, appreciation.
Yeah, appreciation.
Appreciation. I forget for a while. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciation.
And right here it says appreciate everything you have.
Yeah.
You will
I'm
be
so
happy.
appreciative for everything.
Yeah, we don't have to think about the things we don't have, like $1 million in the bank and a fancy car on the street or in our driveway.
Hmm.
But yeah, if we appreciate what we do have, I
This
think,
lesson is a therapy, actually.
yeah, because there's many people that are poor, but they're still happy. But there's people that are poor and they're materialistic, like they want to have more. So, um,
Mhm.
yeah,
The another reason is they have an expectation, right? And
yeah,
higher expectation from life.
yeah. Like
So,
that story you told me about the man who thought he would be happy at the next stage of life.
mhm,
He never realized like what he has now can make him happy. He always thought it was one step ahead. He was chasing happiness.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But it's nice if you're not chasing happiness, but you catch it and enjoy the moment.
Don't lose the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
we cannot happy every time because
right.
death and sick
Yeah.
illness, right?
Uh-huh.
Someday we will lose uh, families, maybe mother, father, brothers. It depends. We cannot be happy every time.
Yeah.
Now we have to be happy. For
Yeah, that's
example, I am
true.
happy right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because yeah, that's true. The when I heard the roller coaster, like life has its highs and its lows. Like when someone's born, like a new baby comes into the world, like your son or your your wife's first
Mhm.
baby. Well, I mean your brother or sister. When you have a new nephew or niece, that would be your brother's daughter or son. Those are all happy moments. But then, of course,
Mm.
when a grandparent dies, well, then you go back. It's like a
Mm.
roller coaster.
It has its highs and lows.
There we go. Yes. Okay. So, well, Engo has plenty of discussion questions too. Do you think money
But
can make you happy?
I said I have already answered the
You
question, I
did.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it can contribute.
like joy.
Do you think appreciation is the best ingredient for happiness?
Maybe I actually yes, because when you appreciate for something, you feel happy. But if your expectation, if you have your so high expectation in your life, you cannot be happy every time, right?
Hmm.
Because you usually feel expectation. You usually expect something, and you
Hmm.
cannot enjoy uh, and this moment.
Yes. Okay, good. Um, so we just have 1 minute left. Should we
Okay,
do another question?
I think I've finished the questions. I'll
Yeah.
answer it. Uh, I think we can not, because I met so many rich people, but although they are rich, they feel unhappy. They feel not with materials. They have so many materials, but they feel not happy. That's the reason, I think.
Yes. I've seen that, like with
Mm,
famous people, sometimes they get addicted to drugs or alcohol. So,
unfortunately.
yeah, money isn't can't supply us with endless happiness.
I'm so
Well,
appreciate to you the lessons, by the way.
okay. Yeah, this
I
was one of
forgot.
the best Engo
Mhm.
articles I've read. I like it. Uh,
Yeah, and I will follow your schedule
okay.
to speak again.
All right, great. See you later, Hamza.
See you later
Nice to meet.
too.
Bye bye.
Nice